In this video, I'll guide you through how to change the speech language in Claude AI so it responds in the language you're most comfortable with. This is actually much simpler than it might sound, and you don't need to dig through any settings or look for a hidden language toggle. The key idea to understand is that Claude automatically detects the language you're using when you speak or type. That means instead of manually changing a language setting, you simply talk to Claude in the language you want it to use. Claude listens, figures out which language you're speaking, and then answers you in that same language. Let's break down what that looks like in practice. Imagine you normally use Claude in English, but today you want to talk in Spanish. Instead of looking for a drop-down menu or a button labeled language, just start your next message in Spanish. For example, you might begin by saying or typing something like, Hola, ¿puedes ayudarme con esta tarea? Claude will detect that you're speaking Spanish, transcribe what you said, and then respond in Spanish as well. The same thing works if you speak Tagalog, French, or many other languages. If you start a conversation in Tagalog, Claude will respond in Tagalog. If you switch to French in a new message, Claude will respond in French. There's no separate setup step, no need to confirm the language, and no extra configuration required. Claude's language behavior is driven entirely by how you talk to it. A helpful tip is to be consistent within each message. Try not to mix multiple languages heavily in the same sentence, especially if you're just getting started. While Claude can handle some code switching, you'll usually get the clearest results if most of the message is in the language you want it to use. If you want to fully switch languages mid-conversation, just start your next message entirely in that new language. You can also correct or guide Claude if needed. For example, if Claude replies in English but you prefer Spanish, simply respond in Spanish. And if you like, add a short note such as por favor, responde en español. From that point on, continue in Spanish and Claude will follow your lead. It's also good to know that you can use this behavior across different types of questions. You can ask casual questions, request explanations, or even work on writing and translation tasks in your chosen language. As long as you start in that language, Claude will recognize it and respond appropriately. If you ever feel unsure whether Claude has fully switched, just look at its reply. If it's answering in the same language you used, then you're all set. If not, simply send another message in your preferred language and continue from there. So, to quickly recap the process, you don't need a special toggle or a setting for speech language in Claude AI. Just begin speaking or typing in the language you want, let Claude detect it, and it will respond in that same language. That's all there is to it.